Hey folks, Sony has officially unveiled the Xperia 1 Mark VII, the successor to the Xperia 1 Mark VI, a phone we previously described as checking a lot of boxes for what a true flagship should offer. The new model arrives with a lofty price tag of £1,399, £100 more than the Xperia 1 Mark VI, and is now available for pre-order ahead of its June 4, 2025 release. At first glance, it's clear that Sony aims to position the Xperia 1 Mark VII as a top-tier Android flagship. But does it do enough to justify the price hike? The Xperia 1 Mark VI earned our respect with its refined design, powerful camera tools, and pro-grade features, though its £1,299 cost remained a sore point. With the launch of the 1 Mark VII, we expect to see discounts on its predecessor, which could turn the Mark VI into one of the most competitively priced camera flagships of 2025. Under the hood, the Xperia 1 Mark VII is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, the most advanced mobile processor in Qualcomm's arsenal for 2025. We've already seen this chip deliver jaw-dropping performance in other phones, like the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra and OnePlus 13. Although we haven't formally reviewed the Xperia 1 Mark VII yet, there's every reason to believe it will mirror those stellar results. In contrast, the Xperia 1 Mark VI relied on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, a chip that, while a year older, handled demanding apps and games with ease during our time with the device. Both phones employed chamber cooling systems to manage heat. The Xperia 1 Mark VI rarely ran hot, even during gaming sessions, and only warmed up under extreme benchmark testing. We expect similar thermal performance from the 1 Mark VII, especially given Sony's focus on hardware efficiency. Battery life and software longevity also see improvement. While the Xperia 1 Mark VI offered 3 years of Android updates, the Xperia 1 Mark VII steps up to 4 years of OS updates and 6 years of security patches. It's a clear move in the right direction, although it still lags behind brands like Samsung and Google, which promise up to 7 years of software support for their flagship devices. On the display front, one of our biggest criticisms of the Xperia 1 Mark VI was its sluggish auto brightness, which often struggled to respond to changes in ambient light. Sony seems to have taken that feedback seriously. The Xperia 1 Mark VII includes dual illuminance sensors for faster and more accurate brightness adjustments, even under direct sunlight. Sony also claims a 20% increase in peak brightness compared to the previous model, making for a more readable screen outdoors. As before, both phones feature Creator Mode, which reproduces colors with professional-grade accuracy. One of the biggest leaps forward is in the camera department. While the Xperia 1 Mark VI impressed us with its professional camera interface and less heavily processed images compared to rivals like Samsung and Google, the Xperia 1 Mark VII builds on that solid foundation. It introduces a brand new ultra-wide sensor with a 1/1.56-inch 50 megapixels module, more than double the sensor size of the previous generation. Sony claims this brings the phone's low-light performance closer to full-frame cameras, and if true, this could be a game-changer for mobile photography. New software features also enhance the Xperia 1 Mark VII's camera capabilities. Auto-framing, a tool typically found in Sony's DSLR lineup, now makes its way to mobile. This intelligent feature automatically crops footage for social media formats like 9:16, while preserving the original 16:9 capture. Ideal for creators who want flexibility. Human posture estimation returns from the Xperia 1 Mark VI, but the 1 Mark VII adds AI-powered subject tracking to maintain a consistent frame, even when the subject moves or turns away. In terms of practical upgrades, the Xperia 1 Mark VII doesn't reinvent the wheel, but does refine nearly every aspect of the Xperia 1 Mark VI. A faster and more future-proof chipset, improved camera hardware, smarter display sensors, and longer support all suggest that Sony is listening to feedback and evolving its flagship line with intent. Ultimately, the Xperia 1 Mark VII looks to be a meaningful, albeit iterative, upgrade over the Xperia 1 Mark VI. Whether that justifies its premium price tag will depend on your priorities. For those who prioritize high-end photography, video creation, and a nearly stock Android experience, the 1 Mark VII could be one of the best flagship phones of 2025. But for others, the Xperia 1 Mark VI, especially once discounted, remains a compelling alternative with many of the same core strengths. Either way, Sony is clearly continuing to double down on its niche of professional-grade smartphone features, and that alone makes this comparison one to watch. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day, and God bless you.